Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday the 7th of February 2023 and we're repeating a video that we posted yesterday. Unfortunately, we posted it at an inconvenient time, which means not many people have seen it, and it's about an organization that some people are afraid to look at, other people are suspicious of, and other people simply do not know what it's all about. And that is the World Economic Forum. We're going to delve into what the WEF claims itself to be, and then later in the week we shall have an interview with Greg to discuss what he believes is the true purpose of the WEF. Let's therefore go straight to its website and see what the announced mission of the World Economic Forum is purported to be. The World Economic Forum is the international organization for public-private cooperation. The forum engages the foremost political, business, cultural, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. It was established in 1971 as a not-for-profit foundation and is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It is independent, impartial, and not tied to any special interests. The Forum strives in all its efforts to demonstrate entrepreneurship in the global public interest, while upholding the highest standards of governance. Moral and intellectual integrity is at the heart of everything it does. Our activities are shaped by a unique institutional culture founded on the stakeholder theory, which asserts that an organization is accountable to all parts of society. The institution carefully blends and balances the best of many kinds of organizations from both the public and private sectors, international organizations, and academic institutions. We believe that progress happens by bringing together people from all walks of life who have the drive and the influence to make positive change. Let's take a look at what Professor Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, has to say about this institution. I shall just play about 2 minutes of his video.
Dear friends, let me share with you why the World Economic Forum can be of great service in our complex and fast-changing global system. Let's go back to the origin. In 1970, as a young professor at the University of Geneva, I wrote a book on modern management. I started writing this book asking myself the crucial question, what is the purpose of a corporation? In the book, I pioneered the stakeholder concept, which was avant-garde at the time, arguing that business should not serve only its shareholders, but all those who have a stake in the destiny of the company, such as employees, society, and the planet. As a consequence, I created the Forum as a not-for-profit foundation, with the idea in mind of a global village where all stakeholders could interact on the most important issues of our time. Over the last 50 years, I have further developed the stakeholder concept into a global business citizenship approach, stating that business, together with governments and civil society, must be an active and responsible stakeholder in addressing global problems. Today, the concept of stakeholder capitalism, as well as the idea that the complex issues in our world can only be solved through public-private cooperation is finally becoming mainstream. Stakeholder responsibility on a corporate but also on a global level remains the fundamental underlying principle behind everything we are doing. I see 4 distinct phases in the evolution of the World Economic Forum in the last 50 years.
Okay, so we've seen its purported mission and what its founder has had to say. Klaus Schwab has identified 4 main stages of its development. Let's listen to him rather than me stating what those 4 stages are.
I see 4 distinct phases in the evolution of the World Economic Forum in the last 50 years. In the first phase, after the initial Davos meeting in 1971, we strengthened our convening power, integrating really the top leaders from government, business and civil society. In a second phase, we turned participants of our events into members, laying the foundation for continued interaction and cooperation. And in the third phase, we developed our internal capability to exercise conceptual leadership through initiatives and reports which have now become reference benchmarks around the world in areas such as global competitiveness, global risks, and gender parity. And finally, in the fourth and last phase, we moved from generating stakeholder interaction to enabling joint stakeholder action and achieving collective impact. Whereas in the past, there was a clear distinction between the political, economic, social, technological and ecological aspects of a challenge, today everything is interdependent and interwoven. Therefore, the Forum is the only international organization which looks at all issues in an interconnected way.
So, it has aimed to tackle global competitiveness, global risks, and gender parity. Let's now take a quick look at some of those who attended Davos this year and also who the trustees of this World Economic Forum are. If we take a look at the World Economic Forum annual meeting of this year, 10th of January, the public figures are numerous and distinguished. Just running very quickly down the list, we can see the Governor of the National Bank of Angola, Minister of Finance of Austria, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan. We also have Prime Minister of Belgium, King of the Belgians, President of Colombia. We also have President of Costa Rica, President of the Republic of Cyprus, President of the Republic of Ecuador, President of the European Commission, and President of the European Parliament, Prime Minister of Finland and some of his ministers, Governor of the Central Bank of France, Prime Minister of Georgia, Federal Chancellor of Germany, Prime Minister of Greece, Queen of the Netherlands, Secretary General of the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, the Director General of the World Trade Organization, Lord Mayor of the City of London, Shadow Chancellor of the Exchequer, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, or former Prime Minister, I should say, Tony Blair, various governors from the United States and senators too. Interesting, is it not? Now, I'm not going to go any further in this video other than to perhaps ask you to share your views of the World Economic Forum and whether you believe it stands for what it claims to exist for. Now, in our next video on this subject, we shall interview Greg. Do you remember Greg? He's been away for a while, and he has a highly conspiratorial view as to what the World Economic Forum is actually about. And it'll be a fascinating interview to hear his thoughts on the subject. But until then, please subscribe to the channel, press the bell sign, and comment, share, and have a great day. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management, and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.